Good morning, Fivay High. I'm Riley Brooks.
And I'm Bailey Cheatham. And today is Wednesday, August 15th. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Senior pictures will be held September 24th in the gym. This is the final makeup day for seniors to take their pictures. Sign-up sheets will be set up in Student Services starting after Labor Day, September 3rd.
Underclassmen pictures are today. You will head down to the gym with your English teachers. Order forms will be handed out during your English class, or you can pick them up in the front office. If you have any questions, please see Mr. Kovac in room 1204.
Girls Soccer is selling coffee mugs for $5 and anklets for $6. See a girls soccer player or Coach Raziri in room 4-115 to place your order.
There will be short but very important girls soccer team meetings in Coach Raziri's room 4-115 after school today. Please be sure to bring your completed physical forms if you have them.
Seniors will be allowed to reserve and paint their own parking spots in the senior parking lot. The painting will take place this Saturday, August 18th between 9 and 11 a.m. See Mr. Poletti in room 4-209 or the cafeteria for application form, painting guidelines, and payment of $20. That's all the announcement for today. I'm Riley Brooks.
And I'm Bailey Cheatham. Have a good day.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Troy Ferguson with the Pasco Sheriff's Office. I serve as the School Safety Lieutenant for Pasco District Schools. This year we will continue to build upon the new foundation we established last year with the implementation of our new active threat plan. Alert and avoid, barricade and counter. We recognize that the increased threats and complex safety needs facing our schools have created a turning point in crisis planning for K-12 schools. We continue to learn from the tragedy and utilize this knowledge to implement best practices to keep you, our students, teachers, and staff safe.
Hello, I'm Tom Rutledge, Pasco Schools fire official. The threat paradigm has changed, and the recent violent attacks against schools have prompted the need to modify fire drills and our protocols for responding to any fire alarm activation. You will still be required to complete a monthly fire drill to comply with the fire code. However, the new protocol aligns with our options-based active threat plan and includes strategies for enhancing the safety of our students while reacting to a fire alarm activation on campus.
Hello, I'm Betsy Kuhn, Assistant Superintendent for Support Services. Last year, Parkland became the 5th school shooting in the U.S. where a fire alarm was triggered to lure students out of classrooms and into danger. People who are intent on carrying out these violent attacks know that triggering a fire alarm elicits predictable response by students and staff, immediately drawing them away from wherever they are and whatever they're doing, into hallways and common areas, and potentially into harm's way. We must institute the same proactive, options-based approach to fire alarm protocols as we did with our active threat plan. This is a plan that is designed to keep students and staff safe.
The main points of the revised fire alarm procedures are very simple. Look, listen, and then act. Upon the activation of any fire alarm, we must reinforce the need for everyone to take all fire alarms seriously. We must educate our students and staff that things aren't always what they seem. We pay attention to our surroundings. If we see something, we say something. Here is a key point to remember. The fire alarm system was designed to activate in the event of a fire and allow enough time for everyone to evacuate the building or buildings. If the fire alarm sounds and it is not part of a pre-announced drill, then one of three things are occurring. There is a fire, there has been a system malfunction, or someone is up to no good.
The purpose of fire drills is to educate people about the safety features of the building, the evacuation routes, and to quickly relocate or exit from the building. While speed in emptying buildings or relocating occupants is desirable, it is no longer the only objective. The recent attacks in U.S. schools has prompted educators to rethink fire alarms. All fire alarm activations must be taken seriously. Here are the guidelines for conducting your fire drills. The date and time of all drills must be communicated to all school staff prior to the fire drill. The time of the fire drill must be communicated to students 1 hour prior to fire drill or as appropriate in advance. All occupants of the building must participate in the drill and evacuate the building. The Florida Fire Prevention Code requires one fire drill each month while the facility is in session. Fire drill times should vary. Fire is always unexpected. If the fire drill is always held in the same way at the same time, it loses much of its value. Exercise using your alternate evacuation routes during some of the drills. During an actual fire, if it is not possible to follow the usual route that people have become accustomed, confusion and panic might result. Not only should fire drills be held at varying times, but different means of exit or relocation areas should be used based on an assumption that fire or smoke might prevent the use of normal egress and relocation avenues. All fire drills must be documented on the emergency drill record, on drill tracker, and submitted electronically.
One of the most significant changes to the fire alarm protocol is the establishment and deployment of your school safety team. The school safety team should be organized during pre-planning week before students return. The team should become a mainstay on your campus to provide input on safety concerns and other hazards to administration for follow-up. Your team should include your SRO, your school safety guard, plant manager, and representation from maintenance, administration, instructional personnel, and other school-related personnel. The role of the school safety team as it relates to a fire drill is as follows. School safety team members will be responsible for performing a security sweep of the commons, building exterior, and property perimeter as students and teachers are preparing to evacuate. These are simultaneous actions and will be further explained later. Your safety team assigned to fire alarm responsibilities should include enough people to accomplish a quick 360-degree scan of the exterior perimeter of your campus. You should pre-assign areas of responsibility to members to ensure no areas are overlooked. For example, your SSG might be responsible for the north elevation and student parking, an SRO, the south elevation and the athletic fields. Maintenance personnel could be in charge of west elevation and receiving. SRP Johnson, east elevation and staff parking. Your school safety team members should check common areas on their way out to their assigned areas. Your fire alarm safety team should consist of non-instructional personnel in order to ensure they are always available to leave their normal jobs for a safety scan. As the team members are moving into their assigned areas, they are to be on the lookout for, number 1, the existence of any suspicious people, vehicles, or circumstances. Number 2, any act of violence or active threats that would necessitate the activation of the active threat plan and stop an immediate evacuation. 3, this is meant to be a roving patrol, not a static post. They should be circulating. SST members should immediately report to administration via phone or two-way radio if they see any of the above threats so that the ATP can be activated immediately. In the event of an active threat, the SSG or SRO should be alerted and a call to 911 should be placed right away.
I would like to take a few moments and go through the action steps for staff and students upon activation of a fire alarm that are included on the fire flip chart. A revised fire chart sticker is being printed and will soon be arriving in schools. You will need to ensure that the replacement fire sticker, chart number 4, is replaced over the existing chart before students arrive on campus. If you see or smell smoke or fire, activate the fire alarm system. Upon activation of a fire alarm, the following should be occurring simultaneously. SST members should immediately stop what they are doing and proceed to their assigned locations, checking commons on the way to their assigned perimeter. Teachers and staff are to look out their vision panel or window on the door to evaluate for safety as students line up and prepare to leave the room. Look and listen before opening the classroom door, and again, rapidly visually scan, look and listen in the hallways before exiting the classroom. If at any time a threat is recognized or announced on the campus, follow the active threat plan procedures chart number 10. Now let's continue to go over the remaining action steps. Book bags and personal items are to be left in the room. Teachers are to bring class roster. Leave doors unlocked, lights turned off, and close the door behind you. Follow evacuation routes according to posted evacuation maps. Teachers and students are to remain diligent and be aware of your surroundings at all times. Evacuees should walk quickly but not run unless there is an active threat. Instruct students to stay together when evacuating to keep line of sight and verbal communications open with the teacher. If you encounter heavy smoke or fire, attempt to use your secondary evacuation route and call 911 to report your location, the location of the fire, and your situation. If necessary, direct evacuees to crawl on their hands and knees. If visibility is low, form a human chain and have everyone maintain physical contact with the person in front of them. Evacuees should crawl using an exterior wall to guide them to the nearest exit. Teachers and staff are to look out their vision panel or window of the exterior door, the door opening directly to the outside, to evaluate for safety prior to opening the exterior door. If exterior door has no vision panel, open the exterior door and rapidly visually scan, look, and listen outside before exiting the building. This is a quick but thorough scan of the immediate area. Upon evacuating the building, proceed to your predetermined staging area. Once you are safely in an assigned evacuation area, take roll of your students for accountability. Listen for additional information or emergency announcements via the intercom or two-way radio. Remain at the staging area until school administration gives the all clear to re-enter the building.
Please note, if all indications suggest the alarm is false and suspicious activity is observed or reported outside the building, which places people in danger, administrators will ask teachers and staff to return their students to inside classrooms or nearest safe space immediately and implement the active threat plan procedures on chart number 10. If there is a fire directly outside your room and it is preventing evacuation, 1. Do not open the door. 2. Call 911 to report your location and have someone else notify the administration by phone and seek out an alternative route if available. 3. If an alternative route is not available, place a wet towel or garment under the door. 4. If the room has a window opposite the fire, stand near that window for ventilation. 5. Open or break the window if it becomes necessary. 6. Be prepared to take instructions from the fire department upon their arrival. Finally, I want to cover the remainder of the administrator's responsibilities listed in the Fire Administrative Protocols Guide. 1. Supervise evacuation of the school. 2. Notify the district office and the school district fire official. 3. Ensure that each area of the perimeter of the school has sufficient administrative supervision. 4. Direct administrators to conduct a visual inspection of the area for any suspicious activity surrounding the school. 5. Bring the critical incident or crisis box out of the school. 6. Have a designee proceed to the main entrance of the school to guide the fire and law enforcement responders into the school. 7. Do not reset the fire alarm system until permission is given by the fire department to reset the alarm. 8. If there is an actual fire, regardless if it was easily extinguished, do not return to the building until it is cleared and deemed safe by the fire department. 9. If the fire is nearby and approaching the school, institute an evacuation and refer to the Evacuation Instructions Section 13 in the crisis plan.
You can find the fire flip chart template, the drill guidelines, and the administrative companion documents in Microsoft Word format on the District Safety, Security, and Crisis Management Plan SharePoint site. You will need to update your crisis response books with these new documents. 4. Fires chart. 4A, Fires Administrative Protocols 2018. 4B, Fires Administrative Assignments 2018.
All children have a right to live and learn in a safe environment. We recognize that the increased threats and complex safety needs facing our schools have created a turning point in crisis planning for K-12 schools. This year, we will be working with your SROs and school safety guards to help you facilitate your safety drills. Thank you for your time and attention today, and have a great year.
It is vitally important to ensure that we establish a culture of safety in our schools. Every fire alarm and fire drill must be taken seriously. Every time a fire alarm sounds, we want to react exactly as we have outlined in the revised protocols. Doing so may save lives should the unthinkable occur. If you have any questions pertaining to the fire protocols, please reach out to me. Thank you.
Senate Bill 7026 legislatively mandates that public schools hold active threat drills at least as often as we hold other safety drills. Fire drills are considered safety drills and by code are required monthly. However, we will not be holding a separate ATP drill each month. Rather, we will require 2 ATP drills per semester, and this will be augmented with some video training for students. The redesign of our fire drills to mirror the ATP strategies will satisfy fire code requirements and also provide monthly reinforced training for evaluating and responding to potential threats. I will be working with the school safety director to provide guidance for accomplishing your drills. Remember, you will need to enter all drills into Drill Tracker for compliance reporting. Thanks everyone, and if you have any questions about safety and security on your campus, please reach out to the Sheriff's Office SRO Unit or School Security Office. Have a great year.